West Virginia is set to play Oklahoma State in Morgantown. Can Oklahoma State live up to the hype? Let's talk about it.
We got a lot of grit. We got a lot of hardworking people. Don't ever quit. Don't ever quit. West Virginia Mountaineers, don't ever quit. God bless the Mountaineers, and God bless West Virginia.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to your favorite podcast, the Hard Edge Podcast. We're happy to see y'all today. I'm happy to be here, and we're going to be talking about West Virginia loses, unfortunately, yesterday to North Carolina and moves on to play Troy in the elimination round. So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to preview the Oklahoma State and West Virginia game, coming up football game, their first not non-conference game, so their first Big 12 games, and I'm going to do a little bit of a fun segment. I'm ranking the Big 12 stadiums, not by fans, but like just the venue. So let's get straight into it. West Virginia loses to North Carolina, unfortunately, 5-2 in a hard-fought match. I think West Virginia could have definitely won this very, very easily, and they probably should have won this, but I'm going to tell you why we didn't win. So 5-2. Max Yale, what a game from him. He had a great game and 7 strikeouts, but in all the hits that he had 8 hits hit on him. That I know that doesn't sound very good, but I bet you at least 3/4 of those hits were not his fault. The first two innings of the hits he had were definitely his fault. I think he just had a little bit of nerves in there, but all those past the third inning, none of them were his fault. Maybe a few, one or two, maybe one or two, but errors were a big factor in this game. We had 2 errors that sealed the game for North Carolina. I also thought the lighting of the stadium played a huge factor in those first 4 innings. You could see the players having a little bit of trouble with the blindness, and they were just getting blinded by the sunlight. I know that was affected on both teams, but we didn't really hit it to the outfield much. We more hit it into grounders. We had a lot of grounders up the middle. I think can't remember who, but he just kept hitting it through the pitcher's legs, which was pretty funny. But player of the game today is Armani Guzman. He had a very good base running and also an RBI. He's the only person who let in a run. 2 for 3 hitting, so he had 2 hits out of his 3 times up at the bat. And he had a controversial call by the umpires, which I'm going to, I beg your pardon. I think that should have been safe. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about. So Armani Guzman tried to steal from second to third, and he got there, but the third baseman's leg was actually in front of the bag. So Armani Guzman's left hand was trying to slide and touch the bag, and he couldn't get past the foot because his foot was in the way. So here's the foot, and here's Armani Guzman's hand. It hits the foot. And the other one tries to reach around the guy, which is already losing momentum, and it's just hard to do in general. So I think that should have been I don't know what, I had it in my head, but I forgot what it's called, the call where it's like catcher's interference, because I feel like, it's obstruction. I feel like that was obstruction because that wasn't Armani Guzman's fault. He would have been safe 100% if his foot wasn't there. And I just think that was a horrible call from the umpires. And I think that should have been safe. What do y'all think in the comments? Drop it down below. Do you think he was safe or out? So, next topic here. Let's see. Too many left on base. So, yeah, I already talked about all this, but I feel very bad for Max Yale. I feel like he really deserved to win this game. He played his heart out. Even most pitchers would give up after letting up 2 runs in the first inning. But did they give up 2 runs in the first inning? No, second inning, I think. But still, he had a lot of grit, and I think he played very well, and I hope he doesn't lose determination. And he's probably our best player right now. I think Chanson Cole is actually a really good pitcher also. But we have really good pitching rooms, and I think we could have taken advantage of North Carolina's pitching room. I didn't think it looked as good. I know that's a little bit of a hot take because I said that they had one of the better pitching rooms, but I thought that reliever that they had with the glasses yesterday, I felt like his pitches were wild. I felt like if we would have just waited and watched the balls fly by, we could get walked and get people on base. So I think we could have definitely won that game easily. So, but it's fine. We still have more games, but it's going to be a tough road if we want to make it to the finals. So, previewing our game against Troy. So we played them. We already know what to expect. They're a very bat-heavy team, and they don't have the best pitchers, but they still have a few guys that can get the job done. So we need to if we get runners on base. That was one of our problems against North Carolina. We had 9 runners left on base. That is too much. That could have been 9 runs batted in. We could have won that game 11-5 if we could have just scored all the runners. I know that's really hard to do, but we could at least get half of those in. We could have got 4 or 5. But we just can't. If we have momentum, we need to keep carrying that momentum. And also, something that I forgot to mention when we were playing North Carolina, it was actually so annoying. We got to our last part of the lineup. So it was like Tyrus Hall, Ben Lumsden, and don't know who else, but it was them 3. And we'd get 2 outs, and then we'd go on a run. And then we finally get back to the top of the order, and then Armani Guzman or Gavin Kelly would strike out. And then it's just like you feel like you're so close to scoring, and then it's like 2 outs. I was like, you should have just got 2 outs before they came up, because that could have changed the game. Just the timing of when Gavin Kelly and Armani Guzman came up and Sean Smith. I think if they would have came up in different points in the game, we could have won it. So, a few more keys. So, keys for the Troy game, we need to keep runners in scoring position, and we need to score them. We need to have a hot start like we did against Troy, stealing home Armani Guzman. We didn't have a hot start against North Carolina. It took us a while to score. So it's good to have momentum. I felt like by the end of the North Carolina game, we had good defensive momentum within those 5 to 6 innings. Those 5-6 innings were probably our best. We were not doing errors, but those 7th through 9th innings were really very sloppy. So we need to play good ball, clean ball. Yep, play clean. And I have us winning depending on our defending and our pitching. If we have good pitching, a good pitching night, no errors, and strikeout, we have good amount of strikeouts, and don't have too many hits by pitch, I think we could win this. I feel like we have a few more pitchers that we could use. Ian Korn, that one Dawson Montesa guy, and there was one other, Reese Bassinger. No, he played last night. Who else? Chanson Cole might be ready to play by then. Maybe all of our pitchers will be ready to play, but we still have a deep pitching room, and I think all of them might be ready to play. And if we have those pitchers ready, I think we can win this game. And our batting has been really consistent before that North Carolina game. So I think if we could just get hot and get some momentum with Gavin Kelly, Armani Guzman, Ben Lumsden, if we can get him hot, that would be very good. Also, a player that we need to get hot, Tyrus Hall and Sean Smith. Those are our big players, and if they can get hot, we can win. So that's what I think. I really hope we could win this. But I want to be truthful to y'all. I want to tell y'all the truth. I do not think we could get to the finals. I think we could maybe win 2 games, but I don't think we can win the finals. I think we are becoming way too inconsistent now in our batting. we have maybe half our lineup that's consistent. Maybe the first half, and then there's just a little gap in between, like the mid section of our batting lineup that just can't hit for their life. I'm not going to name those players because I like our team and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I know they're probably not watching this, but I still just want to be nice. But there's a few players that just cannot hit. There's one player that I don't even remember hitting ever in this past series, College World Series yet.